So we created a storage EBS volume, okay, and we attached it to the disk. Okay? And there is a concept of creating snapshot of the volumes as well. Okay, so due to some reason, suppose I want to install 100 of Apache web servers. Okay, so what I will do is I'll create a web server. Okay, I'll install a means I'll provision EC2 instance. Okay, install Apache on it, and I'll take a snapshot, or you can say a clone or a copy of that. Generally, snapshot means at a particular time, a timestamp, whatever we capture, that is called a snapshot. Okay, so we'll create an EC2 instance. Okay, we'll capture its volume, okay, as a snapshot, and we'll save it. Okay, and later on, using that snapshot or clone, we can create multiple copies or multiple VMs. So that's what the snapshot is all about. Okay, so when we launch an instance, EC2 instance, so we launch an EC2 instance, and here we see various. When I say I'm installing Ubuntu, actually I'm installing an AMI, Amazon Machine Image. So what they have done is they have done the installation. Okay, after doing the installation, they have created a snapshot or a copy of it and made it available as an AMI image. Okay, so these are the images, or you can say these are the public images made available by Amazon itself, but it is also possible to create our own AMI. Okay, so for creating an AMI, we'll have to first create a snapshot of the volume of the EC2 instance. Okay, and then convert it into a AMI. Okay, so that's what we'll be learning. So we'll be covering two topics here, that is creating an snapshot. Okay, after creating a snapshot, we'll create an AMI image of that snapshot, and that AMI image we can use n number of times for creating our new EC2 instances. The same thing, I'll do it now. Okay, so keep your, if your exercise is not done, then keep that other VM as it is. I'm creating a new VM. I have deleted that VM. So what I'm doing is just follow the exercise. I'll use the same naming convention. Creating my web server, I'll again choose Ubuntu. So this is the public AMI image which is available. I'll choose Ubuntu 22. Instance type T2 micro. Okay, I'll use my key pair. Okay, and in network setting, just create a subnet. We'll use A only. Let's see what's in the. So here actually I'm using the default settings. Okay, so let's keep it default. Let's see what happens. Okay, so everything we are keeping it as a default. Only in advanced setting we'll run a user script which will install Apache into it. We can do the steps later as well. Okay, but we'll use this user data so that at the time of installation itself it will have an Apache installed, and there will be a page, HTML page, which will be displayed. So just click on it. So I haven't selected any region for it. Okay, just launch the instance. So this is the instance which has pre-configured Apache. web server. So I've taken only 8 GB of volume. So all our names. So we'll just see only which is running. So it's installing Apache. Maybe it's taking time. Yeah, it's done. Running. So I don't need to log in into it as of now. I'll just browse the public IP. It's not ready, I think, but let's check the security group. When we go to security, so if you see, I forgot to enable port 80. Okay, so if you forgot to enable port 80, we can go to click on the particular instance as itself. Okay, we can go it from somewhere else as well, but we'll follow this method. It is quite easy. Then go to security. Okay, in security, select the security group, because there will be several security groups and we won't be able to uh, easily identify which one it is. Then go to edit inbound, and I'll add one more rule for HTTP. As I forgot to add, then it will automatically take port 80 and will allow it from everywhere. 0.0. Means allow it from everywhere, and click on save rules. And now again browse it. Okay, so if you see, welcome to my website, this is the simple HTML page. So that's what we added in the user data. So our EC2 instance is ready. Now generally we should shut it down. So what I'll do is I'll just shut down this VM. I'll stop it. Even if you don't stop, no issue, but that's what I follow. Just stop it. And now we can go to volumes. Okay, so we should remember which one was created. Okay, so if you see, it's a bit difficult to check which volume we created because both are having 8 GB of space. So let's check. So actually I have two VMs. One was both are in stop state. So let's go to instances again. Click on this and go to storage, and ending with 14D is the volume which we need. We can directly go from here. This is the volume, or we can check it from here as well, volumes. So ending with 14D is the VM on which I need to work. So here go to actions and click on create snapshot. Okay, so we'll give the same name, my web server snapshot. So we are creating a copy of that EC2 instance, and click on create snapshot. So it's saying created the snapshot successfully. So if you see the EBS section, here we'll see snapshots. Okay, so we created a snapshot, my web server snapshot. Now again select it, click on action, it's
Still
we'll have,
pending,
yeah,
pending
it's
stage.
pending. We'll have to wait. Yeah. Okay, so once it's completed, we can select it, click on actions, and create image from the snapshot. If you see, we can also create one more volume from the snapshot, but in this case we'll create an image. Let's give it a name, same as we give here. Give a name which you can easily identify. So this is the name and this is the description. Okay, so that's it. All the default options, even 8 GB, and create. Click on create image. So what people are doing is they are creating some images and they are also selling it on AWS marketplace. Okay, so that's also one of the option. So requested, if you say it says successfully requested, not completed, so either we can click here or here as well, AMIs. So if you see here, there are various options. Okay, the owned by me and the private images, okay, generally both are same for me, and public images, there are various public images made available by ubuntu AWS. Owned by me. Okay, let's wait if it is completed or not. So status is available. Okay, now we can reuse it. Click on actions. Okay, so here directly it is given launch an instance from AMI. This is one of the option. Else what we will do is we'll go to EC2 dashboard, go click on launch instance. So I'll say VM from snap from AMI, or let's use the name which is given, exercise my web server 1. So I'm creating the first copy of it. So here if you see, this is one of the quick start will give all these things. Okay, or we can browse more, and I can, if I click on my AMIs owned by me, it will list it here. Okay, as of now we have only one. I'll choose this one. Okay. Then instance type T2 micro will need a key pair. Okay, I'm adding key pair. Keep the network settings default, just allow HTTP. Okay, and just click on launch. We don't need to provide any user script because it already has a Apache into it, but in case you need something else over it, then we can also add it here in advanced settings. Just click on launch instance. So it is in running state. Let's check that. Okay, the one which we created just now, web server 1, it's in running state, and browse its IP address. So this was the previous one, and if you browse it, it will show the same page. So we can have multiple copies of it. So suppose you created your own software and you want to make it as available as an AMI image to everyone, or you want to sell it. Okay, you can create that software, put it in an AMI image, and you can also sell it on the AWS marketplace. Okay, So many time you'll have to do this in some of the next exercises also. In auto scaling group and all, we'll need such images. So snapshot is important. So you all can start the practice now.
How about the host name? If you fix that host name, that will
Yeah,
be
yeah, it will be there. Whatever inside the OS, it is as it is.
no. While creating the new image, that the same host name will be repeated, right?
Yes,
Then how we to achieve that?
we can change it right later on.
Okay. So you want to change it later on as much you want it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But let's check what it has done. What is the IP address? So we gave it a name as my web server one. So actually it will take it from here. My web server one it should take, or generally it gives the IP address, right? Even if we give any name here, this is for our, this is a label, okay? We are not giving any host name to it.
Yes, correct. This is a label. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So let's go here and cross check that. It's generally, what is the IP? 17.70. Yeah. So it will take it this naming convention, because even we use the public images, it use the same naming convention. We have to go inside and change the host name.
Yeah, this is a cloud native nature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So normally Windows we do